Stampers, it's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie, and today I want to show you how to make designer series paper with a stamp set. And today I'll be using Love and Affection, but you can also use other stamp sets, and let me just show you a few of those. You could use Fresh Fruit, Garden and Bloom, Botanical Blooms, or even Playful Backgrounds. There are lots of choices. It just has to be something that's small and you can fit the pieces in around each other with different colors. And I'm just going to show you today with the Love and Affection stamp set, and you'll be able to get a pretty good idea of how you can make it with many of the stamp sets you probably already have. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 11 Whisper White. You can also use the 12 by 12 if you choose. And I'm going to start with the Sweet Sugar Plum. And I'm just going to stamp. You want some of your images to go off of the paper and just very random stamping. It gets a little mundane stamping over and over, but I assure you the results in the end will be beautiful and it'll be all worth it. So the next color I'm going to use is Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to put a center in all of my flowers. And this is so fun because you're not limited to any particular color or pattern. You could use different color papers. You can use very vanilla. You could use light papers. You could also, if you wanted to get really creative, do some heat embossing on some of your darker paper and then heat emboss with some of our new embossing powders. We have a new copper embossing powder. It would be very pretty. Next I'm going to use Peekaboo Peach, and I'm just going to stamp this little flower bunch. And again, remember to stamp some of them off the side. I'm absolutely loving the new in colors this year. They all work very well together, and I think they're really fun by themselves or together. So I'm just going to change and use a different stamp now in my Flirty Flamingo again. And this time I'm going to do a small flower. Stamp that one off the edge. And it doesn't matter if they overlap a little bit, because if you look at some of our designer paper that Stampin' Up! Sells, you can see some of that is overlap as well. Now I'm going to use Emerald Envy and give it a little pop of green with these leaves. And you do want to change the position of your stamp a little bit, just so it's every flower is not running the same way if it has any kind of pattern to it. And again, it's okay if they overlap, and go a little bit off the edge. And I found when I made my first sheet, I did end up having to go back, and when I cut it into the smaller pieces to go on my card, because of the way I cut it into 4 by 5 1/4, some of my pieces didn't have as much pattern as I wanted. So I did go back and have to stamp a few things in to fill in those places. And so then the next color I want to use is Daffodil Delight. And that is not one of our new in colors, but I just wanted to add a little yellow to the paper, and like I said, we didn't have a yellow in there. And how fun is this? You could make an envelope with this paper if you made a card with this stamp set. You could make a box with this paper. All kinds of fun things you can do. So I'm pretty happy with that. And again, like I said, if I need to, once I start cutting it up for my cards, I'll add a little bit more. So I just wanted to show you again the cards that I created. So I created this one with the Peekaboo Peach, and I used the Love and Affection stamp set for that. This one, I used the Sweet Sugar Plum, and I also used the Sunshine Wishes die cuts to get the love and the hearts. This one, I used the Layering Love stamp set, and I just outlined it with the black, and I also added one of our little embellishments there. This card, I added a little bit of the new ruched ribbon in Flirty Flamingo, and this is from the Watercolor Words, the You're the Best. And then this one here is from Thankful Thoughts, and I also added a little bit of the silver thread there and a couple banners. This is from our new layering circles. There are scallops to match each of the circles. Those are lots of fun. So as you can see, the possibilities are endless with creating your own designer paper. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again. Thank you.